Good afternoon, folks. My name is Hitzemann, County Court Judge here in Hernando County. You folks are here for your first appearance. The purpose for the first appearance is so that you may be informed of the charges against you. I'll determine if probable cause exists for those charges. Probable cause simply means it's more likely than not that a crime has occurred, more likely than not that you're the person who committed that crime. Of course, as you stand before me this afternoon, I presume that you're innocent of these allegations. That presumption of innocence will stay with you through every stage of the proceedings unless and until the state attorney's office is able to prove the allegations against you beyond and to the exclusion of a reasonable doubt. We'll set your conditions of pretrial release today. That is your bail or your bond. In most cases, you've got a bond set already pursuant to the bond schedule here in the 5th Judicial Circuit or the warrant which led to your arrest. I'll determine if that bond should be raised or lowered or left the same, or whether there'll be additional conditions of pretrial release placed upon you. We'll let you know when your next court date will be. If you'd like to have the services of the public defender, I'll gladly appoint the PD to represent you this afternoon. You do have a right to have contact with folks on the outside, family, friends, counsel. If you have not had a chance to make that call, please let me know. We'll make sure that that happens. Finally, and most importantly, you're advised that you do have an absolute right to have contact with folks to remain silent with regard to the facts which surround your arrest. I encourage you to do that. These proceedings are recorded. In addition, there is an assistant state attorney in the courtroom with me. If you say something that tends to incriminate you, they will use it against you in the prosecution down the road. I now need each and every one of you there at the jail to please raise your right hands and be sworn. You all solemnly swear affirm, tell truth, whole truth, none but the truth. Outstanding. When you hear your name called, please step forward to the podium. Tony Ann Cook, McMahon. Afternoon, miss. What's your date of birth?
9/26/84.
Tony Ann, you're here on a warrant signed by Judge Healis. She found probable cause for 4 counts, 2 counts of uttering and 2 counts of petty theft. And it looks like you have a case pending already. Is that right?
Yes, I've already, the district attorney's already gotten the receipt that I've already paid those.
Okay, well, there's a warrant here that was, there's a warrant here that was signed a week ago, so I don't know what they got, but here they are. And then state case number 19, CF 1575, that has an offense date that predates this date, is that correct?
Yes, Judge. That offense occurred in August, and this one occurred in September.
Okay. And Tony Ann, on your older case, do you have the public defender?
My older case, that's what I went to court for yesterday. They were going to give me PTI. I was trying to take that when you guys arrested me at court.
Okay.
So I'm supposed to go back to court tomorrow to take the PTI.
That's awesome. The question was, did you have the public defender?
Oh, yes. Mr. Tipton?
Okay. I'm going to appoint him here as well. What I'm going to do on these is leave the bonds per the warrant, which is 1,000, 1,500, and 500. However, because the way the dates are, the allegation in the warrant is that you committed this crime, allegedly, while you were on bond for the first one. So, pursuant to Florida Statute 903.0471, I'm going to revoke your pretrial release in the first case, which is 19 CF 1575. I'm going to hold you without bond, but just until the 29th, which is tomorrow. So I'll have both your cases back in court tomorrow. If you're still eligible for PTI, then of course they can do that. If you're not, then you and Mr. Tipton will figure out where to go next, okay?
They told me before I left the courtroom that I'm still eligible for PTI.
Okay. Well, you know more about it than I do. I'm just telling you, you're not going to get out tonight. You'll be back in court tomorrow and hopefully get it resolved.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you. Oh, wait, Tony Ann, come back. There's also a writ of bodily attachments. Apparently, a child support hearing officer and a circuit judge determined that you owe some child support. They set a cash purge of $927. Do you have $927?
I have, most of it, yes.
Okay. And is there somebody who can get that money to the jail?
Yeah, my grandmother was going to come up and pay it yesterday.
Okay. How much is most of it?
She's got, I I think 800.
Okay. I'll find you in contempt for the fail to pay child support. Sanction for that contempt will be 10 days in the county jail or until somebody brings the $800 to the jail. So if you get $800 to the jail, you get out on this. As far as this issue is concerned, paying the $800 doesn't solve the issue. You still have to get to child support enforcement and find out what's going on and make sure that it gets taken care of. If you don't do something about it, then they're going to start this process over again and you'll get arrested again. So $800 on the child support, all right?
Okay.
Thank you. Kelly Lyons. Afternoon, Kelly. Date of birth?
11/4/80.
Kelly, you're here on a warrant out of Pasco County. The judge that signed the warrant thinks you failed to appear in court. They set a bond of $5,013. I can't change that bond. If you can post the bond, you can get out of jail here, go down to Newport Richey, find out when they want you in court. If you cannot post the bond, we'll let Pasco County know right away. I will give them 5 days to come get you. It does not ever take 5 days with Pasco County, but if for some strange reason you're still here in 5 days, they'll bring you back to see me and I'll find out what the problem is, all right?
Okay.
Thank you. Rika Soto. Afternoon, young lady. What's your date of birth?
10/24/91.
All right. Rika, I have new arrest for 5 counts of possession of controlled substance, 1 count of possession of drug paraphernalia, and then it looks like you're on probation in Pasco County. Is that right?
Correct.
Okay, so I have... Yes?
Yeah, I just have my prescription on me.
Okay. I have probable cause arrest for a VOP in the Pasco County cases. As to the Hernando cases, you want to represent yourself? You want to hire private counsel? Would you like the public defender?
I have a private counsel.
And on the local charges, Ms. Soto, I'm going to leave the bonds per the schedule, which is $2,000 on the possession cases, $1,000 on the paraphernalia. That's a total of $11,000. However, on the Pasco VOPs, the bond is no bond. How this will work for you is that if you're able to post a bond on the local charges, then they would take you to Pasco County so you could get to work on the VOP. If you can't post the bond on the local charges, then you're going to stay here until you resolve the local charges, and then you'd go to Pasco County. Your local charges are coming back February 26th. Obviously, very important that you get a hold of your lawyer as soon as possible, all right?
Yes.
Very good, thank you.
All right, ladies, come on up, please.
Carlos Casanova. Afternoon, sir. What's your date of birth?
6/7/96.
Carlos, the charge is possession of methamphetamine. There's probable cause for that charge. As to that charge, you want to represent yourself. You're going to hire private counsel. Would you like the public defender?
Public defender.
I'll point the PD. State what you got.
Judge, he failed to appear on cases in 2018. In 2017, he had a resisting an officer without violence and assault on a law enforcement officer. That's all we have.
Carlos, I have an address for you on Toucan Trail at Spring Hill. Is that where you live?
No.
Where do you live now?
My address is 1446 Ken Lake Avenue.
And how long have you been on Ken Lake?
I'm not really there, but I use it as my address. I don't really have somewhere to live at the moment.
Okay. All right. And you have a job these days?
Yeah, I just got a job Friday.
What do you do?
Pristine Lawn Care with Charlie.
Okay. Set your bond at $1,000. I'll have you back in court on February 26th. If you get out, very important that you contact the public defender, okay?
Sounds good. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Judge, if I might, Ms. Soto, did we give her a date?
Yeah. Okay.
26th.
of February. Michael Dutcher. Afternoon, Michael. What's your date of birth?
8379.
Michael, you're hearing a warrant signed by Judge Hewis. Apparently, you failed to appear in her court on a charge of petty theft. Ms. Underwood, is this something he can resolve today?
Yes, Judge, he has two options. He did qualify for pretrial intervention, but since he wasn't there, I do have the contract here. Or he can do this for a withhold of adjudication, fines and costs, and $100 cost of prosecution.
Okay. All right. So, Michael, if you wanted to resolve the case today, you sure can. If you pled no contest, I'd withhold adjudication, assess a fine and court costs that total $550. You'd be on your own to set up a payment plan for that after you get out, but you'd get out of jail today. This case would be resolved. Is that something you want to do?
Yes,
You
Your
understand?
Honor.
You understand by entering a plea today, you give up the right to have a trial by jury, the right to confront the witnesses against you, the right to remain silent, but you want to give up those rights so we can resolve this case today?
Yes, Your Honor.
Case number 19MM4153 as the charge of petty theft. How do you wish to plead? You can plead no contest.
I plead no contest.
I'll accept that plea, find it was freely and voluntarily made. I'll withhold adjudication, assess a fine and court cost of $550. If there's nothing else keeping you in jail, you will be released today, all right?
All right, thank you, Your Honor.
Yep. Dylan Kreider. Afternoon, sir. What's your date of birth?
5/15/83.
Dylan, we have 5 charges today. I've got resisting with violence, trafficking, possession of controlled substance, possession of marijuana, possession of drug paraphernalia. As to those charges, you want to represent yourself, you want to hire a private counsel, would you like the public defender?
Public defender.
I'll point to PD. There is probable cause, by the way. State what do you got?
Judge, he has a pending battery in Hillsborough County. He had a leaving the scene of an accident with property damage in 2019. In 2010, he had a use of a house for narcotics, possession of controlled substance, and possession with intent to distribute on a controlled substance. In 2005, he failed to appear. In 2002, he had a driving on a suspended license, possession of paraphernalia, and possession of cocaine. And then in 2002, there was also a failure to appear.
Okay. Dylan, it looks like I have an address. Is it Maripo Road in Weekiwachi?
That's correct, sir.
How long have you been there?
3 months.
You have a job these days?
Yeah, I do. I'm self-employed. I do internet marketing. Run a company called Franchise Brokers United.
Okay. Very good. I'm going to set the bonds per the schedule. That's $1,000 on the resisting, $25,000 on the trafficking, $2,000 on the controlled substance, $1,000 on the marijuana and paraphernalia. That's a total of $30,000. I'll have you back in court on the 26th of February. Make sure that
There
you
ain't no way you
contact.
can lower that. You can't lower the bond on the possession with intent.
Not today.
Trafficking or.
Not today. You'll be back on the 26th of February. If you get out, contact the PD right away. Otherwise, I'll come see you at the jail. Thank you.
All right.
John Rispoli.
All right.
Afternoon, sir. What's your date of birth?
12/18/89.
John, you're hearing a warrant signed by Judge Merritt. He found probable cause for violation of probation. As to that, or community control. As to that charge, you're going to represent yourself. You're going to hire a private counsel. Would you like the public defender?
Public defender.
I'll appoint the PD. Bond on that warrant is no bond. I can't change that. I'm going to change your date to the 4th of February. So you'll be back in court on February 4th. The PD will come see you before then, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you. Joseph Rock. Afternoon, sir. What's your date of birth?
8/27/69.
Joe, you're also hearing a warrant signed by Judge Merritt. He found probable cause for a violation of probation. As to that charge, you want to represent yourself. You're going to hire a private counsel. Would you like me to appoint the public defender?
Public defender.
I'll appoint the PD. The bond on that warrant is no bond. I can't change that. I'm going to change your date as well to February 4th. So you'll be back in court on February 4th. PD will come see you before then, okay?
Sir, I'm actually in a program right now, a 9-month program.
Okay.
And I turned myself in yesterday to resolve this.
Okay.
They're willing to take me back into
That's exactly why we're here. I moved your date up 3 weeks. You'll be back on the 4th, and you get to resolve it with Judge Merritt. I can't resolve it for you.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you. Michael Ryan. Morning, sir. What's your date of birth?
6/16 to 68, sir.
Michael, if 3 new charges today. I've got a possession of methamphetamine, possession of drug paraphernalia, and a felony driving on a suspended license. And I believe you have already an open case. Is that something?
Yeah, I made a misdemeanor. The felony's supposed to be a misdemeanor. It's my second one, Your Honor.
Okay.
Stop.
Michael.
Yes, sir.
It's not going to help. What you're doing is not going
Yes,
to help.
sir.
So hang on. As to these charges, there's probable cause all the way around. You're going to represent yourself. You're going to hire a private counsel. Would you like the public defender?
Public defender for now, sir. Is there any way you can lower my bond on the driving?
Well, we'll see where we go.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I'll point the public defender. State what you got.
Yes, sir.
2013, he had violations of probation on a driving on
I have
a
no
suspended
probation.
license. Another one in 2013. He was in DOC from March of 2009 through September of 2012. And in custody from 2006 to 2007 in DOC. He had a driving on a suspended license, false name to law enforcement, grand theft, and burglary of a structure in 2006, failure to appear 2006, 2005, possession of paraphernalia, violation of probation, 2005, petty theft, 2004, failure to appear, 2004, false name to law enforcement, 2004, obtaining property for this check. He was in DOC from February 2001 through January 2002. He had driving on a suspended license because that was a felony in 2001, along with the possession of paraphernalia, an escape.
Okay.
I got my license back. I had it back for 7 years, Your Honor.
Will you hang
Yes, sir.
on? And then, Ms. Underwood, would there be a way for him to resolve his open misdemeanor, or?
Now,
Because that looks like it's set for arraignment on the 5th.
I do not have that paperwork
Okay.
with me, probably because it may not even be in our system as of yet.
I'm going to get a private attorney
Okay.
for that, sir. That case. Just get my driver's license back is what I intended on doing, sir.
Well, see, here's
Hey,
the funny
fine.
thing about that. You have to get
Yes,
the
sir.
license back, then drive around.
Yes, sir.
Driving
Yes, sir.
around
Your Honor.
before you
Yes,
get the
sir.
license back, that didn't work.
Yes, sir. I know.
Okay. All right. So, all right. And then I have an address for you on Conrad Drive in Dade City. Is that where you live?
Yes, sir. I've been there for 20 years, sir. 20 plus, sir.
Okay. You have a job?
Yes, sir. I work out there with Zachary out there at Apollo Beach, redoing from natural gas,
Okay.
changing it from coal to natural gas, sir.
Okay. All right. So then, just so I'm clear about the lawyer thing, did you want the PD on these cases?
Yeah, I want the PD for right now, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay. Okay. So on the methamphetamine and the drug paraphernalia, I'll set the bond on those two at $1,000 each. Those are coming back February 26th. On the new driving on suspended license, I'm going to set the bond at $2,000. That's
Yes,
also
sir. Thank
coming
you, sir.
back on February 26th. On your old driving on a suspended license, which is 20 CT 157, I'm going to hold you without bond until next week when you go see Judge Healis on the 5th of February. So I'm revoking that pretrial release pursuant to 903.0471. she can revisit your bond, or at that time you can resolve that case. Once that case is resolved, then you can post the bond on the new felony.
Okay, yes, sir.
And get
All right,
out
that's
on
fine.
those, all right?
Yes, sir, that's fine. That's fine, that's great.
I'm
Yes,
sorry,
sir.
Judge, what was that case number?
That's 20 CT 157.
That's all, what's the total bond on that, sir?
Well, you're not going
Because-
anywhere until after the 5th, and then
I understand that, sir.
it'll be it's 4,000, I think.
Okay, all right, thank you, sir.
Joshua Webster. Joshua, what's your date of birth?
7/23/82.
Joshua, get 2 charges today: possession of methamphetamine, possession of drug paraphernalia. There's probable cause for those charges. As to those charges, you're going to represent yourself. You're going to hire private counsel. Would you like the public defender?
Public defender, please.
I'll appoint the PD. State.
Judge, he had a no valid driver's license in September of 2019. He had been released from CSC in February of 2019 after having been served from May of 2017. And that was there was a driving on a suspended license, a possession of paraphernalia, a possession of controlled substance, and that was from 2016, along with a false report and commission of a crime. He had a forged bank bill, passing a forged bank bill from 2016. And he had several of those, along with driving on a suspended license, fraudulently impersonating or giving a false ID to law enforcement, possession of paraphernalia.
All right, that's good. Joshua, I got an address for you on Copper Loop in Brooksville. Is that where you live?
That's correct.
How long have you been there?
8 years.
You have a job these days?
Yes, sir.
What do you do?
I work at Dunkin' Donuts on 19.
Okay. We leave your bonds per the schedule, which is $2,000 on the meth, $1,000 on the paraphernalia. The total is $3,000. You'll be back in court on February 26th. If you get out, it's very important that you contact the PD right away. Okay?
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Thanks, Joe. All right, we got some